Hello everyone. My name is Dounia Safuone, and I'm very pleased to guide you today through the full moon in Gemini that is happening on the 4th or 5th of December, depending on where you are on the planet. And it's going to be given at the 13th degree and 4 minutes of the sign of Gemini. Today we are going to do a practice together that I will be guiding, but before that, let's take a moment to look at the energies that this moon is bringing and the information that it's giving us so that we can work with all the energies that are available in the sky at the moment. So first of all, let's look at what Gemini is and remind ourselves of the concepts and the information that Gemini carries as an archetype. Gemini is about fraternity, is about friendship, is about connection. It's a very important word for Gemini. We'll see in all the dimensions of the connection that Gemini is very, very good at. It's the symbol of discovering the other as part of oneself. It's the physical aspect, the body aspect of the Trinity of Air, and it represents trade, exchange, fairs, commerce. That's part of the connection aspect, for example. Gemini speaks to us also about polarity, duality, especially that polarity and duality that exists within us, but also that we can discover through our interaction with others. It rules communication, is the master of the verb, of the word, through which we create. And in that, it's a very important cosmic role that is being held here by Gemini. And because of that polarity, it has that ability to make the opposites enter into movement, and with the spiral that creates, we can manifest. We can bring together the positive and negative into a coherent and stable movement so that we can create. And because of that, because of all the above that I just mentioned, is the perfect bridge between the spiritual and the material, between worlds. That's why the concept of connection is and communication is very central for Gemini. A little word about the shadow side of Gemini. When it's not in balance, Gemini will try to please everyone instead of being in axis. So in that, it's gonna enter into confusion, into polarization, into being scattered, into presenting a different face to the different people it interacts with. So it kind of loses itself and starts to seem as lacking authenticity in the way it interacts with others. But when it's in balance, Gemini speaks the truth and does not seek approval and is always at bridge and always in axis, bringing information from other planes or the dimension from the spirit into the matter as the body of the Trinity of Air. So in essence, Gemini in general is going to teach us to love our polarity, to work with it, and to find our balance with that polarity, to integrate it and to learn how to love that part of ourselves that is on the other end of the polarity we're experimenting, or that we are thinking, or that we are feeling. So it's a way to completely embrace the duality that lives within us and to use it as a way to incarnate the spirit and as a way to sustain the air aspect in ourselves. So there's a few, so that's the general, let's say, information that comes with Gemini. Now there's more details and things that are very specific to this moon. First of all, this is a supermoon, which means it is closer to us and it appears bigger And that makes it more influential. It makes it that our emotions might be heightened during that period. And all the symbolism of this moon that we're going to look at together is magnified, expanded. So we'll have more influence on us. One important thing as well that happened over the past few days is that for many weeks we've had many planets moving retrograde, which means that gave us the impression that things were slow and that we had to revise a certain number of themes within ourselves and within our lives. And now, since the 28th and the 29th of November, so a few days before this moon, we have Mercury that went direct on November 29th and Saturn, big planet, that went direct on the 28th. And little by little, all planets will go direct until spring. So this is the beginning of an acceleration movement that we will start experiencing, with things moving forward faster, with much less time to revise, review everything that is happening within us. So just be aware of that, and remember that this acceleration is starting, all of it leading to a very important point of creation, a point of change that is happening next spring, when Neptune and Saturn will be together in the first degree of the zodiac. But let's leave that for another time. So what is this moon asking us to do? First of all, one really big theme of this moon is we are really being asked to be in a strong connection with the spirit and the invisible, and to embody it to the most intimate level. The sun is opposing the moon, which is by definition how a full moon happens, and the sun is surrounded by two very interesting celestial energies. One is Vulcan and the other is Vulcanus. One represents the inner fire, but at a very strong and very powerful level, and the other one represents the cosmic fire, the one that comes from the outside. And both are sitting like two bodyguards or like two turbo engines around the sun. The symbol of consciousness, the symbol of light that we incarnate on earth. And the symbolism of that is that there is a very powerful force that is both from within and both from outside, that is demanding that we receive that light and that we incarnate it. And on the other side, the moon is surrounded by Aldebaran, the creator God, the eye of God, and Rigel, the great traveler, which is also the energy of Sagittarius, where the sun is at the moment. And both of them are reminding us and demanding, really, it's really powerful, their presence in that full moon. They're asking us to receive, incarnate, and create from that cosmic power, from that cosmic fire, from all that consciousness that we are receiving in tremendous amounts. Remember, this is a period of peak solar activity, and during those days there's a huge coronal mass ejection that is getting ready and that is turning towards Earth. So I wouldn't be surprised if around that full moon we would receive big magnetic energy from the sun, which really would illustrate on the matter this tremendous amount of fire that is surrounding the sun right now. So, first theme, receive the cosmic fire, be the connection and establish a strong connection and permanent connection between the spirit and bring it to earth and incarnate it. This is a very big theme today, or for this moon rather. So our role as bridges between worlds is really being emphasized in and multiplied with this moon. The moon is also squaring the nodes, and that means it's a moment of karmic choice and karmic liberation. So it's a good moment to think about and to review what is it that you want to choose for your future and what is it that you want to release from the past. The nodes are pointing to our collective evolution as well as our collective past, and it's a reminder that the choices we make as individuals feed into and impact the collective evolution, the collective consciousness. So it is also a moment of importance to be really centered, to be really present, and to take the responsibility not only for our own choices, for our own evolution, and at the same time, by doing that, we're taking the responsibility for the collective. And I think it's a beautiful moment to revise where we want to go and what are the things that are hindering our evolutions. Where do I feel, for example, disempowered? What little habits have I established that I understand now that they're not going to serve my next step, my next round of evolution? And conversely, where do I really want to go? What is the correct thing for me to do right now? But to make that choice consciously. It's also a moment of radical change in our reality, and that's being triggered by Mercury, that is in Scorpio, the one that looks in the dark, the one that goes deep within, and Mercury is the one that is the master of information, the finding the information, and these are opposing Uranus in Taurus. So what this aspect is showing us is that it is the moment to readjust and recalibrate the way we live, our reality, the way we sustain our lives, by going deeper into our desires, but also by shedding the light on our shadows that maintain us in a certain configuration in our lives. Remember, Taurus is the one that protects the bland, precious, delicate flame of the divine that is within us. And with time, we might have accumulated certain structures and certain habits, certain things that maintain us in a certain state. And here we're being told, okay, this is time to review that and to realign it with where you want to go, what you want to do. And we have the help of the skies to do that. Remember also, I mentioned that briefly at the beginning, that we are still in gestation, still in a period of seeding the future until we get to that famous conjunction Jupiter-Saturn in spring. So in the meantime, we have a few months, now it's coming to weeks, to imagine, to dream, to plan for what we want to be, where we want to be, what we want to become in the next big cycle of evolution that we are transitioning to. And we have a grand trine in water involving Jupiter in Cancer, Mercury in Scorpio, and the famous Saturn-Neptune conjunction that is together right now in Pisces. So still in the realm of dream, in the realm of unity consciousness, in the realm of imagination. So this is time to maybe rethink what our family is. Maybe our family is bigger than our biological family. Maybe it's the time to find our family of vibration, of frequency, the people we resonate with, and expand Jupiter in Cancer and expand the meaning that we give to our family, the one who sustains us. And I spoke about Mercury in Scorpio a minute ago. So you see, we still have that really, really benevolent triad and triangle that is still pushing us to look at what we want to create and inviting us to expand our views of what is right now. So yes, these are the key elements. These are the key points, the key information that is moon is bringing to us. So, and in really, the really big idea is to embody to the most deep level of our being that axis, that channel that is able to connect worlds. And so in this moon, it's no longer about connecting to other people. It is still valid. This is still the reality we are experimenting. But this is really evolutionary point where the other is not just the other person in our reality. The other is the other in other planes, in other dimensions, in other worlds. And to open that channel, and really, it's more, that channel exists. It's more opening up to the idea of becoming that channel with the invisible. And what we're going to work with today is embodying that, to bring that into matter. We're working in the Merkaba triad. We're working with the aspect of matter. Remember the lower triangle, the one pointing up in the Merkaba that guides all these moons. The Trinity is vibration, energy, and matter. And today we work specifically with matter. We'll touch on the vibration and energy, but it's the embodiment that is really key today. So I invite you to find a comfortable position, seated, with your spine straight. And we are going to work with breath, which is by excellence the technology that helps us connect in the most natural way and the most powerful way with the spirit, with other planes, and the one that activates our axis and brings together all the aspects of our being, spirit, soul, and body. And I will guide you through a few exercises. It's very accessible, very simple, yeah, let's do it together. So sit down. You can be on a chair or cross-legged in the Indian meditation position, whichever is more comfortable for you. Simply make sure your spine is vertical and that you are not leaning on the chair or the sofa or wherever you are sitting. Let your spine be free and completely detached from any support, because we will be supporting it ourselves. Close your eyes. Let's take 3 deep breaths to start with, to just bring our consciousness here and now. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Release the shoulders. Release any tensions in the back, the lower belly, the chest. One more time. Inhale deeply through the nose. Fill up the lungs. And with the exhale, release any tensions in the body, any emotional tensions or mental tensions. And again, check the state of relaxation of your shoulders, spine, lower belly, arms, face. And one last time, inhale. And take a pause at the end, gathering all the residual tensions. And exhale through the mouth. And come back to normal breathing. Inhale softly through the nose at the inhale and the exhale. take a moment to check your posture, balance it between left and right. You can check and readjust your spine to find your central axis. And take a moment to go through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, realigning, readjusting wherever it feels right and necessary in this moment. And finally, align your head on top of your spine. And imagine an invisible thread lifting your head up from the crown, making this entire line very vertical, very light, sustained effortlessly by your body. And we're going to start with an exercise that allows us and helps us to align and reconcile and balance our polarities. This breath is called Anuloma Viloma. It's the breath that comes and goes. It's the movement of inhale and exhale that balances the sun and the moon. I invite you to bring your right hand in front of your face in a fist like this, and to release the thumb and the pinky finger. Before you start, let me explain the exercise to you, and then we'll do it together. We're going to start by taking a deep inhale through both nostrils. And then we're going to close the right nostril and exhale through the left. Then inhale through the left. Hold briefly, switch, close left nostril and exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right. Pause very briefly and close the right nostril and exhale through the right to the left. And this is one cycle. We're going to do 12 cycles of these. I'll be guiding you through the first ones, and you can continue on your own pace. Let's start together. Bring your hand in front of your face. Thumb, little finger. Inhale deeply through both nostrils. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left, one cycle. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left, 2 cycles. Inhale left. Switch, exhale. Switch, exhale left, 3 cycles. Switch, exhale right. switch, exhale left. Switch, exhale right. Continue at your own pace. Making sure that every time you switch, you start with an exhale. Take your last few cycles. Take your last cycle. And at the end of the inhale from your right nostril, release your hands and exhale through both nostrils. And let's take a moment in silence to observe our state of being. Notice and observe what has changed in your state of mind, in your emotions, in your body. And let's go to the next exercise, which is called Gati Avaroda. Gati Avaroda is a breathing that's going to help us activate and become more aware and bring awareness to our central axis through breath. What we're going to do is inhale and interrupt our inhale by 2 stops before continuing the full inhale. And then at the exhale, 2 brief stops. It's like you're putting the brake on the breathing, and then finish our exhale. I'll show you and then we'll do it together. It goes like this. Etc. for 12 cycles. All right? All the breathing happens through the nose. I invite you to close your eyes for this practice, and I will be guiding the few cycles, and then each of us will go at their own pace. Okay? Close your eyes. Briefly check your posture. And we start. Inhale, stop, stop, inhale. Exhale, stop, stop, exhale. Inhale, stop, stop, inhale. Exhale, stop, stop, exhale. Last few cycles. Last one. Inhale, stop, stop, inhale. Exhale, stop, stop, exhale. And come back to normal breathing. Stay with your eyes closed for a moment. And once again, observe what has changed, how you feel in your body. And let's move on to the third exercise. So we started by balancing our polarities, then by establishing our central axis through breath. And now we're going to work with the third important aspect of Gemini, the word, the vibration. And we're going to do the breathing of the bee, Brahmari, which consists in a gentle hum that we're going to vibrate in the face. It's just by placing the intention when you hum to put it in your face, it should make your entire face resonate, and especially your pineal gland and the hypophysis, the two main glands that sit in the head, in the center of the head, which are also our connection to other planes in particular. So we do that together for 6 cycles. So I will guide the first cycle, but we all have a different length of breath. So I invite you to just go with your own, what is comfortable with you, maintaining that gentle hum for as long as possible. Then breathe in, take in air, and just go for the next cycle. All right? We start together. Close your eyes. Again, check your posture, make sure your spine is vertical. And inhale deeply. Last one. And we remain in silence for a few seconds, a few moments. Stay with your eyes closed and still while I guide us through the next exercise. The next exercise is called Soham, where we will pronounce the vibration Soham in combination with the breath. Soham means I am here, I am now, or I am. You can choose to pronounce Soham or I am. And this is a vibration we will pronounce internally in silence. We won't speak it, we will vibrate it from within. At the inhale, So accompanies the inhale and the breath. And at the exhale, Ham accompanies internally the movement of exhalation. We're going to do it for 12 cycles. If you're comfortable with counting, please do that. If not, I will count for all of us. Let's start together. Inhale deeply. So, silently within. Exhale through the nose, hum, vibrating silently within. Continue at your own pace with simple inhales and exhales, making that vibration resonate inside, synchronizing it with the breath. Allowing your breath to be as deep and as subtle as possible. Take your last few cycles. And stay with your eyes closed as I guide you through the last exercise. And this time, we're going to start the inhale with a movement that goes from the root and rises up to the crown, and at the crown we're going to hold for 4 seconds or a few seconds, and while we're holding our breath we're going to bring in all the cosmic fire that is available for this moon. We start together. Place your attention on your root. Inhale. And accompany the inhale with that rising up movement to the crown. Hold. And while you're holding, visualize pure white light coming down into your brains, into your skull, through the crown. And at the exhale, beam that light down through your body, into the crown and into the earth below. Anchoring that light into our physicality, into the matter here and now. One more time, rise up. Hold. Receive the light. Exhale, anchor it down. One more time, inhale. Hold your breath and receive the light in your crown. Exhale, bring it down through your spine and anchor it in your root and below. Inhale. Hold the breath and receive more light, more cosmic fire. And with the exhale, anchor it. Bring it down. Go back to the root and beyond. Inhale, rise up. Hold, receive, and ground. One last time, inhale and rise up to the crown. Rise up to meet the light. Receive it and bring it down. Anchor it into your root, the seat of manifestation, of creating realities. And release. Take a moment to observe, notice what is happening within your state of being. And when you're ready, you can come back here and now and open your eyes. Thank you very much for having been here with me, accompanying me with this full moon. I wish you a beautiful full moon in Gemini, and and a great anchoring of light and of all the information that is available out there in other planes, in the spirit, in other worlds. And happy becoming the connection and the bridge between other planes and the matter we are experiencing. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.